Hey guys, good morning. It's Tom with Symbol Surfing. And today, basically, I want to show you guys how I do research using symbol surfing. And basically, I just call it symbol surfing. We're going to be symbol surfing the Dividend Aristocrats. And basically, the way I have the website set up is the symbols will be listed by market capitalization from high to low. So we're going to look at a few symbols there. Then we're going to look at some symbols by year-to-date percent change. And then we're going to also look at them by 1 year percent change and see if we can find some ideas. Some of the symbols I already own, but maybe there'll be some ideas that you'll have along the way. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor and this YouTube channel does not contain any kind of financial advice. Okay, so from the homepage, and by the way, guys, symbol surfing is a great way to find awesome trading ideas fast by browsing just our popular channels and applying basic chart analysis. So from the channel guide, I just went to premium, and we have two paid plans. There's the premium and the prime. So on the premium, I just scrolled down here, and the Dividend Aristocrats. Okay, so there's 64 of them, and then like I said, they're sorted by market cap from high to low. So basically, I just want to look at the first few. There's like 10 listed per page, so let's go ahead and get into this. So here we have Johnson & Johnson. All right, so I'm going to just skip that one for now. Okay, Walmart, I see something kind of interesting here. This right here, I know you've probably heard me talk about Golden Cross as a chart pattern. This is basically a death cross where the moving averages are both they're crossing through each other, but on a downward direction, which is very bearish. But what happened was this was the 52-week high right here. I believe this might have been the all-time high for the stock. And it basically was just selling off, broke through the 50-day. And then this earnings came up right here. And the price dropped through the 50-day to the 200-day. And it dropped way down here. And then much later, we're getting this this death cross signal. But basically, the buyers are like, nope, we're not going any lower. And they basically bought the stock back up above both the moving averages pretty quickly here. So this is kind of an interesting signal here. Sometimes there's a death cross, but if the price is really far below both the moving averages, especially on a really well-known solid company like Walmart, and this is sometimes an overreaction here. So right now, Walmart is showing that support right here. If I kind of draw a line through this 130 range, and then currently we're at 140. So this is kind of an interesting time to maybe look at buying a Walmart, or if you already own it, buying some more. So here's the 5-year chart. So here's the 5-year trend on Walmart right here. I mean, it's definitely in an upward trend. It definitely got ahead of itself, let's say, a couple of times. But this sell-off down here where there's that death cross I was talking about, this little death cross right here, basically it was just kind of coming down to this support line. So, according to the chart, I mean, where it's at right now is kind of the top of this bottom level trading range, but, maybe it's going to go along the channel here, and then, but, it could very well come back up, to maybe 160 or so over time. So I just want to point that out. Okay, moving along here, Procter & Gamble. Okay, here's Exxon. This is just like kind of a classic setup here in Exxon. You have an earnings date, you have the Golden Cross, the price is higher, then you have another earnings date. So there's like several bullish things happening. The price is higher and the price is even higher here. So right here, this is a great time to get in on a trade. The price is still close to the 50-day moving average, and then it went on a run really far from the moving average. So that's usually where, with my trading strategy, I would sell. But that's basically, from $50 to $60. Once it's like really far from the moving average, like from here to here, even though this is a 52-week high and everything, sometimes it's like in this case it's sold off, or sometimes it'll just go sideways. So I'm totally happy selling. I mean, there's tons of opportunities on symbol surfing, so I can always get back in on Exxon. So let's look at another one. Here's Coca-Cola. Let's see if I can find one more. Okay, so I did a video on AT&T just a few days ago, and on AT&T there's a golden cross right here, and so that's very bullish. And then we have these two previous earnings dates, and the price is higher between those two, and then currently the price is even higher than that. Now this is the 6-month high. I believe that's close to the 52-week high, or maybe the 52-week high as well. But we're approaching the 52-week high levels, and they have an awesome dividend. So definitely check out AT&T, Abbott Labs, Chevron. Let's see what else. Pepsi. Okay, that's basically all I wanted to cover there. Let's jump back up here. Okay, so that was just basically symbol surfing by market capitalization. Now let's change it to the year-to-date percent change. So that's just right here. I'm going to click this and click it again. And by the way, guys, if you want to learn how symbol surfing can boost your own trading results while you save time and money in the process, you can book your free consultation with me, and we can talk about it. I can answer any questions you have. Love to talk with you. Okay, so now we're going to be doing year-to-date price change from high to low. So here we have Nucor. So they've had a amazing run over the year. Here's the golden cross, and we have a golden cross chart pattern channel if you're a Prime member. So here's we have the earnings to earnings. It's higher. The golden cross. It dipped after earnings, but stayed above this 50-day moving average, which is what I look for. And then I like to see it kind of rebound off the 50-day above the earnings. So this would have been an interesting time for me to buy this stock. And then it kind of kept going a little bit higher. So it's not a huge trade, but that would have been like, $5 or so. But anyways, then it had this earnings dip below the 50-day moving average, almost to the 200-day. But, something happened where it just, rocket fuel here. It took off from like 45 up to 80. So if you're in that, congratulations. Right now, I feel like it's so far from the moving averages, I wouldn't want to get in, but I would definitely want to add it to my watch list. And, because typically, the stock that is this far from moving averages will, it could go a little bit higher, so I might miss out a little bit, but eventually I think it's going to go sideways or come back down to the moving averages. Okay. So yeah, here's Exxon again. We talked about that. You got the earnings to earnings, the golden cross. Walgreens, I did a video on Walgreens, so you guys check that out. But this one's definitely, we got a reversal and a trend here. Their stock price was definitely, trending down quite a bit. And then right here, it seems like this is like a reversal, and we're now moving up. And this price is definitely taking out, the price it's at is at 52-week high, multi-year highs now. So if this trend stays intact, I wouldn't be surprised if it just kind of continues on going higher and higher. So Walgreens is definitely one to watch. Let's see what else. Let me go back to the 1 year. General Dynamics. Caterpillar, this is one I've traded before. I really like the way this stock behaves. It just kind of, once it sets up, it just really follows the 50-day moving average. So here's an earnings. Here's an earnings. So we have the price moving higher, and then we have the golden cross right around the earnings, and then it dipped. And once the price went higher than that earnings, that's that buy signal for me to enter a trade. And then as long as it's kind of staying along the 50-day moving average, it's a 1 minute a day monitoring situation. And $140 all the way, through to, $228. It's a 1 minute a day to monitor. It's staying nicely above the 50-day moving average. So that's like a really nice trade. And that happened back here in like 2016, the same kind of setup. And then obviously between this high, it just consolidated. It went on a huge run, just consolidated a little bit downward, and then it got ready to take off again. So if you're in this trade, I would definitely look for the same type of sell signals, is use that 50-day and as a sell signal, because that's kind of was a good sell signal back here in looks like 2017. So that's Caterpillar. Right. If you guys are like this video, please click the thumbs up for me, and I'll do more videos like this. Okay, I'm just going to see if there's anything else I want to mention. Okay, so that was basically year to date percent change. Now I want to do the 1 year percent change. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this and click on it one more time. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, so now these are 1 year price change, high to low. So ALB is up 118%. And, you know, it's like we got the golden cross here. You got earnings to earnings. That's higher. And the price is just sitting along here, the moving averages. So, you know, maybe an entry point would have been 90, and you know, within, you know, a few weeks, it hit 100. So that's kind of an interesting little trade right there. Let me see here. Yeah, so this was the previous all-time high. So this was the previous all-time high. And once we started getting above 140, so let's go back to the 1 year chart. So yeah, right here, this is a new all-time high, and the price is above moving averages. So this is kind of another time I would consider getting into this stock because it's at an all-time high. We're pretty close to the moving averages still. We have the earnings to earnings increases, and then, you know, again, the price is even higher. And so this would be another interesting time to get into the stock. And, you know, it went from like 140 to 160 and 180. Of course, you know, just knowing my trading style, I probably would have gotten out once the price started getting further away from the moving averages here. And then it's since this earnings, the price is broken down through the 50-day moving average. So on this one, I wouldn't really do anything right now, but I just hope this is kind of helpful for you guys to see how I would have traded that one. Lowe's, I've done a video on Lowe's, Lowe's versus Home Depot. Okay, here's Nucor. This one is another, you know, just kind of one of those setups with you got the earnings, another earnings, and the golden cross right here. So, and the price, once it hit like $50, that's a good time to get in. And it went over above 55, maybe $56 a share. So that's kind of like a symbol surfing trade there. And then we were just hitting, so at that time, that was a 52-week high. I'm just looking on the 5-year chart. And then right now, this is really interesting. So this is on a longer term chart. This might be the all-time high, and the current price is approaching that. So that's kind of an interesting time. Sometimes the stocks will just blow past this previous all-time high. If it's like years later, there's all this buying activity. So this is one to watch. Right now, though, at the same time, the price is so far from the 50-day moving average, I might wait for it to pull back or get closer to the 50-day moving average on this one. Okay, let's see if there's another one. There's Target. Target's done really well. Pentair. This one's kind of like Caterpillar. I really like this one because it just kind of rides along the 50-day moving average like a low maintenance trade. So we have earnings to earnings. We have an increase. We have the golden cross right here. This is like a new high, and then it's just riding along. You know, here comes the earnings. No big deal. It's just a little bit higher. It sells off a little bit, but still above the 50-day moving average. So this one you can kind of just keep riding. This one's actually going to maybe even get in now, but if you're on the Prime subscription, you have access to the golden chart pattern channel. You'd be seeing the symbol at 45, and you know it's definitely been on a nice run up to 60. And just looking on the longer term chart, yeah. So this looks like an all-time high. So the trend is your friend here. So this one might be another one to look into if you're not already in it. All right, guys, that's it. I just wanted to basically show you, you know, the 1 year percent change. So we looked at, you know, the Dividend Aristocrats day by market cap, year-to-date percent change, and 1 year percent change. If you like this video, you know, please click the thumbs up. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Click subscribe for straightforward chart analysis like this, and ring the bell so you get access to our latest videos. Thank you so much for watching.